নমস্কাৰ টাইমেটৰ সমূহ দৰ্শকক মই সমীৰণ বৰঠাকুৰে স্বাগতম জনাইছোঁ। এগৰাকী যুৱতীয়ে এখন বিউটি পাৰ্লাৰত ফেচিয়েল কৰাৰ পিছতেই মুখমণ্ডল সম্পূৰ্ণৰূপে জ্বলি গৈছিল আৰু এই ঘটনা সংঘটিত হৈছিল শিলচৰত আৰু শিলচৰৰ এখন বিউটি পাৰ্লাৰৰ বিৰুদ্ধে উত্থাপন হৈছে কেতবোৰ গুৰুতৰ অভিযোগ। কিন্তু এই সমগ্ৰ বিষয় সন্দৰ্ভত পুনৰ বিপৰীত স্থিতি গ্ৰহণ কৰিছে শিলচৰ বিউটি পাৰ্লাৰ কৰ্তৃপক্ষই, যাৰ ফলশ্ৰুতিত এতিয়া বাৰম্বাৰ এগৰাকী দুৰ্ভগীয়া যুৱতীয়ে ফেচবুক যোগে লাইভ আহিব লগা হৈছে আৰু এইসমূহ অভিযোগ লৈ আহিছে আৰু ঘটনাক গাপ দিবলৈ চেষ্টা চলাইছে একাংশই। আমি এই মুহূৰ্তত জনাই আছো শিলচৰত এক ঘটনা সংঘটিত হৈছে। একাংশই ওলোটাই বিউটি পাৰ্লাৰ স্বত্বাধিকাৰীক ৰক্ষণাবেক্ষণ দিয়া বুলি অভিযোগ উত্থাপন কৰিছে আৰু অভিযোগ উত্থাপন কৰিলে ভুক্তভোগী যুৱতীয়েও। আমি এই মুহূৰ্তত জনাই আছো কিছুদিন পূৰ্বে শিলচৰৰ এখন বিউটি পাৰ্লাৰত এগৰাকী যুৱতীয়ে এখন বিয়া থকাৰ বাবে ফেচিয়েল কৰিছিল আৰু সেই সময়ত ফেচিয়েল কৰাৰ পিছতেই মুখমণ্ডলত কিছু ঘাঁ হৈ যায় আৰু যাৰ ফলশ্ৰুতিত মুখমণ্ডল সম্পূৰ্ণৰূপে জ্বলি যায় আৰু বিউটি পাৰ্লাৰ কৰ্তৃপক্ষৰ লগত যেতিয়া এই সন্দৰ্ভত আলোচনা কৰিছিলে তেতিয়া বিউটি পাৰ্লাৰ কৰ্তৃপক্ষই এই সমগ্ৰ বিষয় সন্দৰ্ভত কোনো ধৰণৰ স্থিতি স্পষ্ট কৰা নাই আৰু এই বিষয়ক সম্পূৰ্ণ তেখেতসকলৰ ভুল নাই বুলি উল্লেখ কৰিছে আৰু এই সন্দৰ্ভত পুনৰবাৰ সেইগৰাকী যুৱতীয়ে ফেচবুক লাইভ যোগে অভিযোগ আনিছে। কেইবাটাও অভিযোগ উত্থাপন কৰিছে শিলচৰৰ এইখন বিউটি পাৰ্লাৰৰ বিৰুদ্ধে। কি স্থিতি ল'ব প্ৰশাসনৰ তৰফৰ পৰা, কি স্থিতি হ'ব এইখন বিউটি পাৰ্লাৰৰ বিৰুদ্ধে, সেয়া কিন্তু লক্ষণীয় হ'ব। আৰু এইগৰাকী হৈছে পূৰ্বৰ যি তেখেতৰ চেহেৰা আৰু তাৰপিছত যেতিয়া তেখেতে ফেচিয়েল কৰিছিল সেই ফেচিয়েল কৰাৰ পিছত যুৱতীগৰাকীৰ মুখমণ্ডল সম্পূৰ্ণৰূপে বিপৰীত হৈ পৰে। আমি এই মুহূৰ্তত জনাই আছোঁ সেই খবৰ। কিছুদিন পূৰ্বে এই ঘটনা সংঘটিত হৈছিল আৰু একাংশই এতিয়া বিউটি পাৰ্লাৰ স্বত্বাধিকাৰীক ৰক্ষণাবেক্ষণ দিয়া বুলি অভিযোগ উত্থাপন কৰিছে এইগৰাকী যুৱতীয়ে।
So I requested the public to calm down and just thought them let us give them a second chance. Maybe they will improve. They have learnt a lesson from this incident maybe. And in fact, the parlor lady also called me after I had posted in Facebook and that became viral, with more than 500 shares in a day. And she became really nervous and she told me that she's going to commit suicide and she's very feeling very, guilty about this and all these things. So I also, left the case, and since then I have never given any post, and only post that I've given after a few days is my signs of improvement so that the public calms down. Even the owner's husband, the lady's name is I think Juma, and her husband, he also called and he seemed to be a very decent person, and he was in fact feeling very sorry also, and he was saying me that I never knew that Binita Nath, you were a very famous person in Silchar. People give you so much of respect, or people know you so much that you just give a post and within a day it was more than 500 shares, and people are calling us and scolding us. We are very sorry that we were so negligent, and my wife should have received your call, or even if she has harmed you, I mean unknowingly or unintentionally, but she should have at least taken your calls, or at least tried to give you some suggestion how you should get relief from this pain or whatever you're going through. So he was feeling very bad, and listening to all these things, and we get very easily carried away by the crocodile tears. And I also left the case right there, and I have just come to India for a few days for a vacation, and I did not want to get into any legal procedures, so I just left the case like that, because in fact till now I have never spoken with any reporter. Whatever you see in the news channels or the newspapers is just that they have extracted from my Facebook post. So that is it. But looking at their reactions, I just calmed down. But you see what they're doing now. They are, talking to, what is the name of the news channel? Barak Bani and Northeast Hours. So they have given interviews in the Barak Bani and Northeast Hours totally against me. I mean, they are talking about me that I have a face full of pimples, I have a face full of hairs, I have a very, very sensitive skin, and so whatever I did was all my stubbornness. In fact, they said me that no, we are not going to do this in your face because your face is very reactive, your face is very sensitive, your face is, full of pimples. But it seems I was so stubborn that I said, no, I have to get it done. I'm so ugly, I have to get beautiful in your parlor. So can you believe this? I don't know about whom they're talking, because first of all, about the skin conditions that they're saying, is not mine. I do not have any pimples. I do not have any such hairs in my face, or I mean, they are not talking about me. And I'm sure that the people who are seeing this video will also agree with me that they're talking with somebody, they're talking about somebody else maybe, but not the Binita Nath that they know. I mean, I have always been complimented a lot because of my skin, and this skin is, I did not put any effort for getting this skin. Maybe I have just inherited it from my mother and my grandmother, because they have very, very flawless skin. Even at this age of 50 plus, my mother has a beautiful skin, and maybe I just inherited it from her. And my skin is not at all sensitive, because I travel in different parts of the world, and I had been staying in Sweden, and when I in Sweden the temperature was in negative, it was in -2, sometimes -10, -8 also. And then when I shifted to Rome, it was in already 20 in around 28 degree, when it was a big jump for me from -2 to 28 degree. So but then I never faced any breakouts in Sweden. In Rome it was 40 degrees in summer. I never faced anything. When I come to Silchar, I ride a scooter here, the dusty roads of Silchar, how much, pollution and smoke, and, a lot of dust is there. And I ride a scooter without any face protection, but I never face any breakouts and all. And people would believe me, I know, when I say that, because people see me, riding a scooter here in Silchar. So I go to different places in India also, and in abroad also, and I never face any breakouts. So how can they say that my skin is sensitive? And if my skin would have been sensitive, I would have been much more careful before stepping into a parlor, because I would be, if I am a grown-up lady, I'm 30 plus, so by now I know my skin conditions, right? So I would have been much more careful before stepping into a parlor if my skin would have been sensitive. I would have done a lot of research, but because my skin is not sensitive, so I did not bother. I just got this parlor, and I thought, let me get into it, because this parlor was a small one earlier in 2011 to 13. This was a small parlor, but now it has become a big one. So, I just thought, since they've expanded, so maybe they're doing well in their business. Maybe they're now much better. That's why they've expanded. So let me just step into this, because this is close to my house. But then you see, they are taking advantage of my silence. I have been very considerate, and I have been very silent, but now they're saying all such false news. And can you believe that the other part, that they're saying that I was being very stubborn, that they had warned me that this is not going to be good for your skin, but I had been very stubborn. Can you really believe this? Any girl who's at least class 12 pass would be very careful and would understand that what is good for her and what is not. And myself, I travel so many places, I meet so many people, I solve so many tough problems, I do so many other things, and can anyone really believe that I can, they would say me that this would be very bad for your skin, and I'd be so stubborn that, I am very ugly and make me beautiful. In fact, I never needed this parlor. I was much better, as you have seen the before-after picture. But just because there's a family marriage, I thought, why not go to a parlor and, get some facial done, because I had done a facial 5 years back during my marriage in their parlor only, when it was a good parlor. And when the owner lady herself worked, but now she has appointed some helpers under her, and they are not at all properly trained. You will be shocked to know that when my face started burning, and in fact before applying anything on my face, I was telling them that please apply on my hand first and let's do a patch test. But they did not agree with me. They said, oh Didi, let it be, because your skin is not at all sensitive. Yes, they said that the skin is not sensitive, your skin is quite nice and good, so I think we don't need a patch test. So they just started applying, and then they started applying, and I just put forward my hand, but before that they had applied on my face already. When it started burning, I told them that you should have applied in my hand. They said that, Didi, you are just complaining, that your face is burning. This cannot be. Then they called another girl, and they said in the parlor there was another girl. She's also a helper. They called her and said that, hey, come here, just put forward your hand. Let me put some D10 pack on your hand and see how Didi is complaining about irritations on her face. Just see if your hand is reacting to it. I was so surprised. This is the basic knowledge. If my skin is burning, they should do a patch test on my skin, right? How can they put for a patch test on somebody else's hand, and then based on that they would say that why my skin is burning or why it should not burn? Patch test should be on my skin, not on somebody else's hand. So this was the basic level of their education. You can understand now. So I'm really pissed off with such news. You can see the scars left behind. Not scars, actually these are the burnt marks. Earlier the burnt skin was there, and because I have immediately taken the medicines from my sister-in-law, Kaberi Fukan, Dr. Kaberi Fukan, who is a renowned skin specialist in Guwahati. And I was under her treatment. So because of that, the dried skin has fallen off now, the burned dried skin, but you can see that there are a lot of spots left behind. I don't know how clear it is in the video, but in actual it is much more dark. So this is the skin condition now, and I don't know how many months it will take for this to recover. But whatever it is, I just wanted the people to, be aware of this parlor, and in fact of any parlor. Whenever you go to any parlor, I think you should first talk to the beautician who's working on your face, and just see whether they have the basic sense. They should have some basic knowledge about what they're doing. So when I asked them that you are applying D10 pack, are you sure that after that you can apply bleach? Because I don't think that after 15 minutes, if you keep something, I can keep another thing for another 15 minutes. I mean, your face will be, it will be a lot of, your face will face a lot of trauma, right? So and then they said that, okay, let me just give a call to the owner and just get back to you. I said, just call her in front of me. But they made the call secretly somewhere, and then they came and just directly applied bleach on my face, and then I felt like, hot oil being poured on my face. So this is, just totally unprofessional, totally, I don't know what to say. But the worst part is that in spite of feeling any sort of repentance or guilt, they are spreading rumors about my skin. And D10 is something that, although I don't go to parlors or I don't do facial or all, but then D10 is something that I know most of you do. Because whenever we go to a beach or somewhere, like I had been to a beach in Goa, and then I returned to Pune when I was working there, and I had been to Pune in a parlor, and I did a D10 pack. I did a D10 pack that put on my face for removing the tan that we have developed while being in the beach. But then you see, I never faced any reaction. Recently I have been to Greece, and after that I returned to Rome, and I went to a parlor and just applied a D10 pack, not a facial, just a D10 pack, but nothing. Even in Rome I did not feel any reaction. Nothing happened to my face. My skin remained the same. Even when I was in IIT Guwahati, there is a parlor in Guwahati called Malaikas, which is very good, and in every 6 months or 7 months I would go there once and just do a D10 pack, not a facial, just a D10 pack. There is a girl called Sonida who was a beautician there, and she always applied the D10 on my face, and she never says that my skin is sensitive. And when she applied D10 on my face, I never felt any irritation or something. I just saw that within a few days my skin became really clear, and the extra burnt, when you go that you have this, you become really dark when you go to some beach and all, or you get exposed to sun for a long time. So this was removed, and I could see a bright skin again. So the D10 pack I have applied earlier in Guwahati. In short, I mean to say that in Guwahati also, in Pune also, in Rome also, and I never faced any problem. So there was something wrong with the product, isn't it? How can you say that it was wrong with my face? If anybody wants it, they can ask they can call over to Malaikas, the beauty parlor in Guwahati, because I have gone there 3-4 times in the last few years. And so I think more than that. I think I have more than 5-6 times in the 5 years that I was there in IIT Guwahati. I have been there for 5-6 times at least, and they never said me anything about my skin, and the D10 pack always went right with when I had applied in their place. So that is what I mean to say. I request the news channels that don't propagate false news. If you want to know about my skin conditions, you can just ask anyone randomly from my Facebook profile, or anyone you meet in Silchar, or whoever knows me. And I'm sure, I'm 1000% sure that everybody would only say good about my skin and nothing bad about my skin. So don't listen to such news. It was the fault of the owner that she has appointed some really, untrained ladies who do not have any basic sense of education about their own work. They do not know what they're applying. Because when I was there, I am not a person who's very silent, and I would just sit silently and they would apply. I was not sleeping over there, of course. So whenever I was talking to them, what are you doing? What is the next step? Do you know what happens if you put this? They have no knowledge. They were just smiling. Didi, we are just putting the cream. We are just putting this. So it is not, when you open a parlor, it's not just about putting the cream and you don't know anything about the thing, how it works on your face. Even the parlors in Guwahati, even I'm sure in the other parlors of Silchar are also trained enough. Even if you don't ask the lady who works on your face, they keep on saying you, Didi, you're putting this because this helps you this is for this is for that. They will themselves keep on telling you, and they will inform you, and you will feel good also. But in Silchar, in this beauty parlor, when I was asking, they don't have any basic idea why they are doing what. Otherwise, after putting the D10, they would not put the bleach, or if they would put the bleach, they would not put the D10, right? So this is the condition of this parlor, and I really request the news channels to not propagate such false news. I can show my skin again. You see, this is the condition. It's about to be 10 days now, I think, and you see, this is the condition. My full face is full of spots, and these are not burnt skin. The skin has fallen off. This is just the new skin that is developing, and it's really dark. And সেইটোৱে মই ক'ব খুজিছো অসমীয়া নিউজ চেনেল বিলাককো যে মই আগতে যিকেইটা কথা কৈছিলো মই একদম মানে মই স্ক্ৰীনটো দেখুৱাই পেলাই কৈছিলো আপোনালোকে মোৰ নিউজটো যে মানে দেখুৱাইছিলে আই এম থেংকফুল ফৰ দেট এইটো এৱেৰনেছ ক্ৰিয়েট কৰিছে আৰু মই ৰিকুৱেষ্ট কৰো গোটেই বিউটি পাৰ্লাৰ্ছ বিলাকক মই জানো যে এজন অ'নাৰেতো গোটেই পাৰ্লাৰটো চলাব নোৱাৰে হেল্পাৰ্ছ ৰাখিবই কিন্তু হেল্পাৰ্ছ যে ৰাখিব অলপমান ট্ৰেইন কৰি পেলাই ৰাখিব মই জানো মেক্সিমাম পাৰ্লাৰ্ছতে ট্ৰেইন থাকে কিন্তু কেতিয়াবা কিছুমান আনফৰ্চুনেট ইনচিডেণ্ট হৈ যায় কিছুমান পাৰ্লাৰ্ছত যেনেকে মোৰ হৈছে যে ছোৱালীবিলাক একদমেই ট্ৰেইন নাছিলে আৰু কিবা এটা বস্তু মুখত লগোৱাৰ আগতে আল্টিমেটলি যদি কেমিকেলছে হয় বিকজ আমিতো আয়ুৰ্বেদিক বস্তু ইউজ কৰা নাই কেমিকেলছ যদি হয় তাৰ প্ৰপৰ্চনটো বহুত ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হয় টাইমিংটো বহুত ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হয় যদি প্ৰপৰ্চনটো অকণমান খেলি মেলি হয় এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ দুৰ্ঘটনা ঘটিবই আৰু সেইটোতো আমি গৈ পেলাই চাব নোৱাৰো কাৰণ আমাকতো তেওঁলোকে এটা বিচনাত শুৱাই থ'ব তেওঁলোকে গৈ পেলাই প্ৰপৰ্চনটো মিলাব আৰু মুখত দিয়াৰ লগে লগে যদি এনেকে যদি মানে অৱস্থাটো হয় তাৰ মানে প্ৰপৰ্চনটোতে কিবা গণ্ডগোল আছে নহ'লে এক্সপায়াৰী কিবা এটা গণ্ডগোল আছে কাৰণ মোৰ মুখৰ স্কিন এনে চেঞ্চিটিভটো নহয় তো মই সেইটো কথা ক'ব খুজিছো যে আপোনালোকৰ এতিয়ালৈকে যোনটো নিউজ স্প্ৰেড কৰিছে ঠিকে আছে এৱেৰনেছটো ক্ৰিয়েট কৰিবলৈ কিন্তু যদি আপোনালোকে এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ কিবা নিউজ পায় যে মোৰ স্কিনটো বহুত বেয়া আছিলে কাৰণে মোৰ কাৰণে এনেকুৱা হৈছে তেতিয়ালৈকে আপোনালোকে বিশ্বাস কৰাৰ আগতে খবৰটো লৈ ল'ব আৰু আমি এটাই বলতে চাই যে আমি সব নিউজ চ্যানেলকে বলতে চাই যে আমার স্কিনের কন্ডিশন মোটেও খারাপ ছিল না যখন আমি ওখানে গেছিলাম আমার স্কিন যথেষ্ট ভালো ছিল ওখানে যাওয়ার পরে এই অবস্থাটা ওখানে যাওয়ার পরে হয়েছে তো আমার স্কিন আগের থেকে খারাপ ছিল না ওখানে যাওয়ার পরে খারাপ হয়েছে যেটাই ওরা বলছেন এখন ওই